Hey, boy. Hey, okay. All he wants to do is crawl around everywhere, girl. It's a lot of work. Okay, please. Yeah, you gotta watch him. When I tell you he's pulling everything out the cabinets, he's up every single night. I think he just misses Anthony. And I just cannot get a moment of peace. I promise you, it's almost like he knows that Anthony's gone.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
No, it definitely is.
Getting him anytime soon?
I don't think I want him to get Kai right now. Because the last time he had him, do you know what he had the nerve to do?
What?
He brought him to Amber's house.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Why wouldn't that surprise you?
He's dealing back with Amber.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with our son. I feel like his relationship with Amber has nothing to do with Kai. He needs to keep Kai out of it. Because one thing as a mom I'm not playing about is my son. And I definitely do not want my son around that woman. She don't like him.
You don't know that. I mean, I really think Anthony will make Amber his, stepmom at this point.
Zashery, are you playing with me right now?
I mean,
but why would I let my child? Oh, no, ladies, what's going on here? Come on. So I told Zashery that Anthony took Kai to Amber's house, and she gonna say, "Oh, I need to let Kai go over there." Like, are you serious? Amber tried to run up on me when I had Kai in my arms. She literally does not care about him. She's jealous that she can't have her own baby. So why would I let her be around my baby?
That's probably why Anthony is gonna bring Kai around, and he probably will. And I'm pretty sure he's going to.
Oh no, he will not. Because the first things is first. We are a unit. What we say goes. Anthony's not going to do anything of the such. Right?
Right.
We're in agreement on that. So that's not going to be happening.
So he's going to do what you say.
He's going to do what we say. We are the
And
rogues.
that's-
Well, listen, let me tell you something. When we say that we're going to do something, that's what we do. We're all in agreement here, other than you. Now, we say he's not going over there. Amber will not see Amber better not see or touch my grandson.
He really has.
It's almost, do you want me to spaz out, Zashery? You know all the stuff that I'm going through. So one minute you act like you're on my side, the next
living in
minute...
delusion still.
How
I
is
don't
that
understand
delusional?
because Anthony's dealing with
I don't care
Amber.
who he's dealing with. My son is not going to be around that woman.
And I agree about that. And that's
Well,
gonna be
Amber
that.
is going to
Anthony
probably
don't want
be
the smoke.
Kai's stepmom. So
Girl,
I don't know. You might
goodbye.
have to face it. Let's live in reality here. Anthony's dealing with Amber. And
Our
y'all know
reality
it.
is what we make it.
Okay, and what's that? Because Anthony's going to do what he wants to do.
Not
so
with my
let's
son.
live in reality.
Anthony is not going to do what he wants to do with my son. I don't know why you're saying that, Zashery. It's because you don't have children, so you don't know how this feels.
exactly
This must be a
I don't
game
want
to
to have
you.
children, but I'm hungry. I'm going to go get food, live in the real world, get some real food. You guys can live in your fake little fantasy world.
Wow.
So I guess hit me up.
No, you will not be. What?
Your sister needs a
What
minute.
is wrong with her? If she thinks for a minute I'm going to allow Amber to be around my son?
You know, I absolutely love Zasher's character on the skits because Zash, when it comes to Shayla's family, she is the voice of reasoning. Within her family, she's the one that if she maintains her position, can really change and alter family curses. Because a curse is something we continue to do throughout the generations that is not right and continues to damage the structure of family. And although some people feel like with this whole situation with Anthony, Kai, Amber, and Shayla, that Shayla is not Anthony's family, Kai is, that's not really true. Because, see, you want to look at it like, oh, well, because Anthony is a married man and he has a wife, then he has to bring his child over to his family with his wife. And no matter what Shayla feels, it doesn't matter because Amber and Anthony is married. But that should have been the whole issue to begin with. None of this should have occurred because Anthony and Amber is married. There should have never been a Kai in existence. Even if she slept with him because he was drunk and everybody, I'm going to keep drilling this in until you really truly understand what I'm saying. Because I think some of y'all are just using the drunkenness as an excuse. Because if this man wanted to be the man he should have been, he just should have simply told his wife what her best friend did. And none of this would have transpired. Because at that point, if he was truly drunk, he was the victim. She took advantage of him. And then that would have been it. The wife could have seen it as, you was not my best friend. You stabbed me in my back. Now we can make that argument. But if he continues on with the affair, there's no argument about him being drunk. Because after the first night, he was never drunk again. He made the choice to do this. And so when it comes to Zash, I love her character. And I've seen plenty of people around here says all she do is flip-flop between whoever she's with. No, she doesn't. Whoever she with, she keep it 100. She shows both sides of the coin. And for those who like what she's saying, they're on her side. But for those that don't like what she's saying, they got a problem with her. But the real problem you should be asking yourself is, why do you have a problem with someone that can look at it and be neutral about the situation? That's because your own personal feelings will not allow you to see it for the other person's perspective. And so that's why I really like Zash. She's keeping it real with her sister. Yes, that is her family. Yes, she loves her sister. But sis, you entered into this relationship with a married man. What did you expect? Now, I love you, but you also have to reap the repercussions of your actions. You had an affair and a child with a married man. Let's jump back into the real world and get out of delusional land. Neither him or you can control who the child be around when they're in their possession. You just hope that that person has your child's best interest at hand. And far too many times we see people do not. They look for what they want versus what they want their child to have. Because although we know Amber's not this type of person, she could be a very spiteful person towards Shayla's child. And many have done that. Some children aren't here today because the other spouse that was cheated on did not like the children. So it's a real valid feeling that Shayla has. However, you made that decision, Shayla. And that's what Zash is trying to tell her. If y'all don't work out, whoever is in his life, whether it be Amber or the next woman, they're going to take a part in raising your child. That's why we have to really choose our people correctly on who we make children with. Really choose correctly who we connect ourselves to. And just like with Shayla, Anthony has to understand, no matter if you're not going to be with this woman and she goes off and she moves off into another relationship, you can't control what she does as well. You can only hope that she will do what is best for your child. But throughout this whole freaking skit, Anthony has been trying to control Shayla even before Kai was ever born. He didn't want Shayla to be with Mike. He didn't want Shayla to be with Arby. He wanted Shayla to stay only pure to him, even though every night he went home to his wife and was with his wife. In fact, he said, "What do you expect me to do? She's my wife." Then, sir, what do you expect her to do if you want her in this relationship with you? See, this is where people do not look at both sides of the coin. They only pick and choose what side they relate to. Let's look at both sides of the coin. Because it's only then that you can fix the real problem and stop all these curses from continuing to happen. One person will tell you because of their situation, this is why they feel. Someone just gave me a message, which I like the message, because she said she likes how I give a different opinion than other. I don't go with the popular opinion. But it's not that I'm going with the popular opinion. I'm going with who I am. This is me in real life. I'm not putting on a show for the internet. I am a person that looks at both sides of the coin. And I'm also a person who looks at myself and my own wrongdoing. And I try to fix it. And not just shelter myself because it is me. And if everybody looked at that way, a lot of things in our society would not be the way they are. See, Zash is a person of reason, but because she doesn't have a man, because she doesn't have a child, what she says is invalid, which is a bunch of crap. You don't need a man or a woman or a child to understand your right from your wrong. And Angelina is a bitter or hurt woman. And instead of her embracing her child and teaching her from what she went through the right way, she chooses to do it the wrong. And the only person she is hurting is her child and her family, her daughter and her grandson. Because at the end of the day, no matter who y'all believe the father is, those two are truly her family and will suffer the repercussions of this foolishness or this delusional world that this mother is creating for her child and her grandchild. See, because if it was me, I would tell my daughter, you were wrong for what you did, messing with a married man. But these are the consequences of your actions, and let's work to make this better. I would tell my daughter, look at it from his perspective. That is his wife. Respect their union because you didn't before. I would tell her, heal your heart. Do not jump into another relationship and make the same mistake again, just with a different person. I would tell her, bear the burden of what you chose for your son. Then I would help her heal the best I know how. Not by sugarcoating and making it seem like she's right for what she's doing and she's wrong, but by truly guiding her the right way. See, I am a person similar to Zash. I do not flip-flop back and forth between situations. I look at the whole picture. I find out what is wrong from all areas and then try to see it for what it truly is. And sometimes doing that, your feelings might get hurt. But it's not about you when it comes to if you're trying to do the right thing. This whole scenario is all set up for Anthony as if he's some type of prize, when he is the problem. He is not the prize. And everything that is happening is because of what the head of his family did wrong. He could have stopped all this. And these two women would not have been going at each other. Notice how I said he was a victim if we want to take the stance of he was drunk. But the victim became the accuser when he did not take the right steps to inform his wife who he is committed to. He is not committed to Shayla. He's committed to his wife. And I've been called a hypocrite on this platform for viewing those things the way I do. No, you're the hypocrite for not looking at everything fully before you just cast judgment on everything. And I will say, not one time in all my talking about this whole thing have I ever said, divorce him. Because I do not believe in divorces. I believe in you stay married until the end. And whether or not the end means you pass away or they pass away, that's the end. Then you are free to do whatever else you want. That's what I believe. But I do not believe you have to stay in a situation just because you're a spouse. You have a choice. God left it open for you to have a choice. He said, I don't agree with with divorce. But if you have to, separate. Give it, and what he's basically telling you, heal yourself. Figure out what's going on wrong. And if there's a chance of reconciliation, do that. God himself ain't tell you to stay in the situation just because you're a married person. But what he did say is if you can't figure it out, then that's your choice to remain by yourself. Because your union is with whoever you marry. Until that person pass away, you are not free to join into another. And although people take that scripture and try to say you're free from bondage, it just means you're free. Bondage means you're free from being treated the way you are. It doesn't mean you are free to do what you want. Because as a Christian, you ain't free to sin. If you choose God, then you walk the straight and narrow. So I'm not understanding the mindset of people on this thing. Not if we're going the Christian route. Now, if we're going the world route, do whatever you want to do. It's open. You're free. Because in the end, the result is still going to be the same if you ain't with Jesus. Y'all, I like that they are showing this, but I want them to elaborate on how to fix the issue. And that's the part that they're missing. They're gearing in on the negative. We know the negative side. We know what happens when someone tries to take control over somebody. Either way, focus on how to fix it. Y'all go ahead and drop your comment down below. Let's talk. As always, be your brothers and your sisters' keeper. Keep God first. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And toodles.